As we have studied in fluid dynamics, that is different concept of conservation, that is conservation of mass, conservation of energy and conservation of momentum. We have also studied what is Reynolds transport theorem and Navier-Stokes equation. So what we'll do is we'll combine all the concept of those things which we have studied to solve real life problems on fluid dynamics. So let us consider a problem on bend. So we have a problem over here, which is a problem on bend, which states that reducing bend is incorporated in a pipeline so that the direction of the flow is tunneled through 60 degrees in the horizontal plane. From a pipe diameter is reduced from 0.25 to 0.15. So what exactly it is given to you? So there is a pipe which is having a fluid which is flowing through it. So in that pipe we have attached a bend which bends through an angle of how many? 60 degrees, and it is a reducing bend. Reducing bend, that means what? That initially the diameter is very large, and as it gradually goes forward the diameter is going to reduce. So the inlet diameter is given to you as 0.25 meters and the outlet diameter is given to us as 0.15 meters, and the angle of bend over here is given to you as 60 degrees. Next part, what is given to us? The velocity and pressure at the entry, that is at the inlet, are 1.5 meters and 300 kilo Newton per meter square, and at the exit the pressure is 287. So here the value of V1, velocity at the inlet, is given to you. Here the pressure P1 is given to you. Here the pressure P2 is given to you. What else they have asked us? Find the magnitude and direction of reaction force on the bend. So how much there will be reaction force due to the bend? Now what happens is, when we have a bend through a pipe, in a pipe, so the water which is flowing in that direction, supposedly in a horizontal direction, it is flowing in this direction. We have a bend at an angle theta with the horizontal. So during this entire part will actually have some reaction in the horizontal direction on the bend, and due to which after it will go in the forward direction. So these all things happen when you have a reducing bend. If you increase the angle, more will be the reactions on the bend, so that bend should be able to withstand that much amount of forces. So now let us calculate the magnitude and direction of reaction force on the bend. So let us write down all the details which we know. First thing we know over here, let us write it down, that is the theta. Value of theta is equals to 60 degree. That is the first thing which we know. Second thing which we know, that is diameter D1 is 0.5 meters and diameter D2 is 0.15 meters, that is the inlet and the outlet diameter. Next thing which they have given to you as P1 and V1. Pressure at the inlet is given to us as 300 kilonewton per meter square, and the velocity at the inlet is 1.5 meters per second, whereas the pressure at the outlet is 287.2 kilonewton per meter square. We don't know what is the velocity at the outlet. We have to find the resultant force acting on the bend as well as the direction. So now let us draw the bend actually. So there is a horizontal pipe. So this is the horizontal direction through which it will bend by an angle of 60 degree. So we'll consider this as section 1-1 and this as section 2-2. Now you can see that the diameter over here is diameter D1, the diameter at the outlet is diameter D2. the pressure acting at this part is P1 and the force will be P1A1. Pressure acting over here will be P2 and the force will be P2A2. So if this is the horizontal axis, so it is inclined at an angle of how much, that is 60 degrees. So all these things are known to us. Now let us apply Reynolds transport theorem, or we can also apply conservation of momentum over here. So let us apply conservation of momentum. First we'll actually calculate the flow rate in this entire part, since this is missing over here. So to calculate flow rate, we need what is continuity equation, that is Q is equals to A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2. So for flow rate we need the value of A1 and A2. So let us calculate. A1 is equals to pi by 4 into d1 square. So this is pi by 4 into 0.25 square. So this comes out to be 0.04909 meters square. Similarly, A2 is equals to pi by 4 into d2 square, which comes out to be 0.4 into 0.15 square is equals to 0.01767 meters square. So we have evaluated value of A1 and A2, and according to continuity equation we can apply A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2. In this, velocity at the inlet, which we know this is 1.5 meters per second. So this is 0.04909 into 1.5 is equals to A2, which has a value of 0.01767 into V2. So V2 comes out to as equals to 4.167 meters per second. So we have evaluated the value of V2, and the discharge we will calculate, that is A1 V1, which will multiply both the parts. So this is 0.0736 meter cube per second. So now let us calculate what is the force exerted on the bend. Now we know that force, let us analyze this. Force is equals to summation of force is equals to mass into acceleration, or force is equals to mass into acceleration. So force can be written as m dot or m into v minus u by t. So this mass can be taken per unit time, and this is v minus u. So the force comes out to be m dot into v minus u. So now this m dot represents the mass flow rate. So the force can be written as mass flow rate into the change of velocity. So hence summation of force will be written as m dot into v minus u. So if we have to give any direction, so we'll give this direction as x. So velocity in x direction, final velocity minus initial velocity along x direction. So now let us apply this concept in this entire equation. So now we'll draw a diagram for force diagram as well as velocity diagram. So here we'll write down force, here we'll write down velocity, here we'll write down inlet, here we'll write down outlet. So now we are going to draw diagram for force as well as velocities at inlet as well as outlet. So now let us draw this. So from our initial problem we know that the force acting along x direction, the force which will be acting along x direction, or the force in along inlet is P1 into A1. So this is in the horizontal direction, P1 into A1. Velocity was also horizontal, which was V1. So it is traveling in this direction. So this is V1 and the velocity at the outlet is V2. So velocity at the outlet is going in the first quadrant, that is V2, whereas this part P2A2, that is the force, is going in the third quadrant. So we'll draw it in that manner. So force along outlet is going in third quadrant. So this was P2A2 and this is going in first quadrant, that is V2. Both of them are inclined at an angle of 60 degrees with the horizontal. So this component, that is the horizontal component, comes out to be V2 cos of 60 and the vertical component comes out to be V2 sin 60. So this component is P2A2 cos of 60 and vertical component is P2A2 sin of 60 degrees. So now what we'll do, we'll calculate what is sum of all forces along x direction. So summation of all forces along x direction will be equals to m dot velocity in x direction, that is final velocity, minus initial velocity along x direction. So let us evaluate this. First, the force which will be acting, that will be the reaction force which we have to calculate on the bend. So this force which is acting along x direction will be P1 E1 and along horizontal direction this is in the opposite direction. So this will be P2A2 cos of 60. P2A2 cos of 60. So this will be equals to mass flow rate. Mass flow rate can be given as density into Q. So this is rho into Q into final velocity, that is V2 cos of 60 minus V1, that is velocity along x direction. So all these we have applied along x direction. So this is entire. So V2 is the velocity along x direction and V1 is the velocity along x direction. Let us substitute those values in those respective equations. So what do we get over here? This is f of x plus, so the pressure at the inlet is given to us as 300 kPa and we have also calculated the area of cross section, that is 0.04909. So let us substitute those individual values in this equation. So P1 A1, so this is 300 into 10 raised to 3 into area is 0.04909 minus pressure P2 is 287.2 into 10 to power 3 and area A2 which we have seen, that is 0.1767. 0.1767. Now this is along an angle, so that is a cos of 60. So this comes out to be rho into, we have seen in the previous part, that comes out to be rho into Q. Since the velocity, since the fluid is given to you as water, will consider density as 1000. So this will be 1000 into flow rate of the pipe, which we have previously calculated. The flow rate is 0.0736. So we'll evaluate that part. So this is 0.0736. So that is rho into Q into V2x minus, that is V2x cos theta, that is equals to the right hand side, that is v2x cos theta minus v1x. So v2, which we have also calculated before, that was equals to v2 was equals to 4.176 and v1 was 1.5. 1.5 and 4.176. So let us evaluate this. So this is 4.176 cos of 60 minus 1.5. So initial final velocity minus initial velocity. So f of x comes out to be minus of 12.15 kilonewton, or 12.15 kilonewton, which is acting downwards, that is force acting on the bend along x direction. Rather, not, it is acting not downwards, it is acting towards left, since we are taking along horizontal direction. Now next part, we'll apply this same equation for vertical direction. So let us apply this. So for that we need our master diagram back. So now we'll apply for the, we have applied this for x direction, now we'll apply for y direction. The only force which is acting over here in y direction, here the y direction force is 0, here the y direction force is negative, here the y direction velocity is 0, but here the y direction velocity is given. So now let us apply this for y direction, that is summation of fy is equals to rho into q into vy minus uy. So final velocity along y direction minus initial velocity along y direction. So let us apply this. This is fy plus, there is only one force which was acting along y direction, that is P2A2 sine of 60 degrees. So let us substitute this. So this is negative of P2A2 sine of 60 degrees. There is no inlet pressure, inlet force over here, since the entire inlet is horizontal, is equals to rho, this is given to you as 1000, the value of q is given to us as, which we have initially found out, that is 0.0736, and final Vy, that is at the outlet from our master diagram, which will come out as V2 sine of 60, which was upwards and it was positive, and at the inlet there is no velocity, so we will write down only the outlet velocity, which we have calculated initially as 4.176. So this is 4.176 into cos of 60 minus inlet velocity, that was 0. So now let us calculate this. After entire calculation of this part, substituting the value of P2 as 287.2 into 10 to power 3, and the area as area of cross section, which we have evaluated initially as 0.01767. So on calculation of this part, we'll get f of y as 4.66 kilonewton, and that was positive, which is acting upwards. So now we have calculated the horizontal as well as this was the vertical force. The horizontal force was minus 12.15 kilonewton meter. Since it was minus, this is 12.15 kilonewton meter towards left. So now this is acting towards left and this is acting upwards. This if fx, this is fy, the resultant will be r, which will be acting in the second quadrant, and the angle will be negative. So r will be equals to square root of fx square plus fy square. On evaluation of values, we'll get this as 13.01 kilonewton. and theta is equals to tan inverse of Fy upon Fx, and theta comes out to be 20.98, but that too negative, hence it is a clockwise from here negative angle. So now I hope you have understood how to solve problems on bend, for which we have to first draw a master diagram. Master diagram will give us the concept in which direction the forces are acting at the inlet and the outlet, and the directions of the velocity at the inlet and outlet. Combining that in the equation of motion, that is summation of Fx is equals to, or summation of any force is equals to its flow rate into difference of its velocities at the inlet, at the outlet and inlet. So applying all these concepts, we can solve a problem on bend. We can calculate the resultant force which is acting on the bend and the angle theta. I hope you have understood this problem. Thank you.